Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because we're about to dive into some of the most intriguing rumors swirling around the NFL right now. And believe me, this could reshape the AFC North landscape. We're talking about the potential blockbuster trade that's got the entire league's attention, especially Steelers fans. It's a rumor that, if it comes true, could significantly enhance Pittsburgh's chances of making a deep playoff run, maybe even challenging for another Super Bowl title. But of course, as always, take it with a grain of salt until it's official, because rumors are flying, and the NFL trade deadline is just around the corner. What's sparking all this buzz is the possibility that the Cincinnati Bengals, currently sitting at 2-4 and struggling on offense, might be looking to shake things up. And the name at the center of this potential deal? T. Higgins, a star receiver who's been an integral part of Cincinnati's offense since he entered the league. Higgins, just 26 years old, is a player who has proven himself time and again, a real velocity demon with amazing hands, clutch catches, and a knack for making plays in critical moments. He's been a Pro Bowler in 2023, after all, and his stats this season only reinforce his value. In 2025, he's caught 24 passes on 45 targets for 316 yards, averaging a solid 2 yards per reception with 3 touchdowns. That kind of production, especially considering his PFF grade of 72.3, puts him in the top 50 at his position, and his career stats are equally impressive. Nearly 300 receptions, over 40 yards, and 32 touchdowns in just 64 games, all while maintaining a dominator rate of 51%, and YAC of 70 yards per reception. Higgins is a true weapon, especially in Pittsburgh's West Coast offense, where his 2-3 yards per route run would be an upgrade over the current options, projecting an 85.0 PFF score similar to his peak in 2023. But why would Cincinnati consider trading him? Well, that's where the big picture comes into focus. The Bengals are suffering from an offensive line in shambles. PFF ranks their pass block win rate at just 58.4%, which is near the bottom of the league, 31st overall. Cordell Volson, one of their key linemen, has allowed 12 pressures this season, and the team's overall protection is just not holding up. They're giving up 27 sacks, which is a major issue when you're trying to protect the franchise quarterback, Joe Burrow, who's been battling his own injury issues and inconsistent protection. Cincinnati's offense is hemorrhaging, and their need for an infusion of talent on the offensive line is desperate. That's where the trade idea comes in. On the other side, the Steelers might be the perfect landing spot for Higgins. Pittsburgh has been searching for consistent offensive weapons to complement their quarterback, Kenny Pickett, and there's a lot of talk about how Higgins could slot into their offense seamlessly. He would be a slot savant for the Steelers, especially in their West Coast scheme, which emphasizes quick, precise routes. Higgins could team up with George Pickens to form a dual-threat duo that defenses would struggle to contain. Imagine Higgins, with his 2-3 yards per route run, creating mismatches all over the field. He's known for his ability to win in the red zone, with a TD rate that's climbing and a success rate of 53% in the slot, which is excellent. His deep ball conversion rate is also top 20 in the league, which would add a new dimension to Pittsburgh's passing game. Now, let's look at the numbers behind this potential move. If Higgins joins the Steelers, he could boost their aerial efficiency by around 22%, increasing their yards per game in the air from the current 198.3 to about 235 yards, which would be a significant step up. The Steelers' offense, which has sputtered at times, especially in the passing game, could see a renaissance. Kenny Pickett, who's shown flashes of brilliance but needs more reliable weapons, would benefit immensely from having Higgins in the mix. And looking at the red zone, Higgins' ability to find the end zone could push Pittsburgh's scoring pace from the 18th in the league to much higher, perhaps even top 10. His success rate on third downs, at around 45%, combined with his ability to make contested catches, would make him an invaluable asset in clutch moments. But it's not just about the offensive upgrade. The defensive side of this potential trade is also noteworthy. The Bengals' secondary, which is giving up 240 yards per game, ranking 22nd in the league, could see some relief with the addition of Joey Porter Jr., a talented 24-year-old cornerback with 45 tackles on the season. Porter allows just 2 yards per attempt in coverage, making him a top 30 cornerback in the league. Bringing him into Pittsburgh's secondary would bolster their pass defense, which has been vulnerable at times this season. The Steelers' defensive coordinator and their coaching staff are known for their ability to develop cornerbacks, and Porter Jr. has shown flashes of elite coverage skills. Now, here's where things get really interesting. The Bengals might be hesitant at first, especially considering their recent struggles and the need to rebuild that offensive line. But the logic behind trading Higgins is rooted in the bigger picture. They're prioritizing rebuilding their trenches and trying to find some stability and protection, with hopes that Joe Burrow can stay healthy and lead them back to contention. Cincinnati's front office might see this as a way to acquire a high-round pick, a second-rounder in 2026, to help them in the rebuild, while also addressing their secondary needs with Porter Jr., a pick that could accelerate their rebuild process. For the Steelers, acquiring Higgins isn't just about immediate gains. It's about setting the stage for a sustained playoff push. With the AFC North as competitive as ever, adding a receiver of Higgins' caliber could be the difference between just making the playoffs and making a serious Super Bowl run. The division is tight, with teams like Baltimore and Cleveland also vying for supremacy, but Pittsburgh has been slowly retooling and building around their young core. Higgins could be the piece that elevates their offense to a new level, especially given his ability to make plays in the clutch and his proven production against top defenses. In terms of the Super Bowl odds, this kind of move could be a game changer. As it stands, Pittsburgh's odds are around +5-0 to win it all, but with Higgins in the fold, some betting agencies are already slashing those odds to +2,800. It's a sign that the league and the betting community see this as a serious upgrade. If Higgins joins the Steelers, expect him to see around 8 targets per game in critical moments, similar to what we saw from Jamar Chase in Cincinnati. His ability to gain yards after the catch, especially against zone coverage, could open up new opportunities for Kenny Pickett and the entire offense. And let's not forget the big picture here. Higgins' presence could herald a new era for Pittsburgh's aerial attack. Rodgers, now in his second season with the Steelers, is looking to cement his legacy, and having a player like Higgins would be like an elixir, injecting fresh life and confidence into that passing game. The Steelers' fans have long been craving a true #1 receiver, and Higgins could very well be that guy. His ability to win in contested situations and his reliability in clutch moments could turn Pittsburgh's offense into one of the most feared in the league. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, this trade might be a sign that they're willing to sacrifice some immediate talent to focus on rebuilding their line and secondary, aiming for sustained success down the road. Now, of course, all of this hinges on the negotiations and whether both teams see the value in making such a deal happen before the trade deadline. But one thing is for sure, the NFL landscape is shifting right now, and the AFC North could see a seismic change if this trade goes through. The Steelers, with their strong defense and emerging offense, could become even more dangerous, especially if they add that dynamic playmaker in Higgins. It's a move that could define the rest of the season and beyond, setting up Pittsburgh for a serious shot at another Super Bowl appearance. So, Steelers fans, keep your eyes peeled because this is a story that's developing in real time. Whether it materializes or not, it's a reflection of how competitive and unpredictable this league has become. The AFC North is as fierce as ever, and every move counts. The Steelers are positioning themselves for greatness, and Higgins could be the missing piece that propels them over the top. Remember, this is just the beginning of what might be one of the most exciting trade deadlines in recent NFL history. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, let's root for our Steelers to make the best moves possible. We'll be here to cover every twist and turn, bringing you the latest updates, insider insights, and expert analysis. The road to the playoffs is heating up, and Pittsburgh's future might just be about to get a whole lot brighter. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think Higgins is the perfect piece to elevate the offense and help us finally break through in the playoffs? Or are you skeptical about Cincinnati's willingness to part with such a key player? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Remember, this is a team effort, and your voice is what keeps this community alive. I'll be back soon with more updates on this story, plus all the latest news from around the league, so stay tuned. Keep the faith, and let's hope that the Steelers make the right moves to chase another Super Bowl. Thanks for watching, and as always, Steelers Nation, stay passionate, stay loud, and let's go Steelers.